Hi, welcome back to SGGT. I'm Scott, this is James, and today we've got the launch that we've all been waiting for this year. The new Srixon ZXi range. We've done so well with Srixon irons over the last 7 or 8 years. We've been waiting for this latest launch for about 6 months now, and it's finally here. More importantly, we've got the main tester in town today, SGGT founder Scott Gourlay himself.
I am here at last. First time, but we're here to help out the boys with the new ZX irons.
So professional in the studio, James. Let's see what he's got.
Let's see what boss man can do.
So what head you got first, Scott?
So I've got the original ZX4s.
The blade to start
with.
with.
Here we go with the blade.
We'll start difficult and make it easier as we go, eh? Like riding a bike, James.
You never forget.
How's it look behind the ball?
Yeah, it looks good. I like the old style blades. So even from my younger days, when all we had was blades. So this looks like a.
Is that what you'd have grown up playing? Something that looked like that?
Yeah, but slightly smaller.
Right,
so
okay.
The modern day blade is a lot bigger than the days when I started playing golf. Blades were quite small.
Yeah, the blade length is a little bit longer from these ones heel to toe, isn't it? There's a bit more life about them.
Yeah, they're easier to hit than they were, 30 years ago.
So over the years that we've done Srixon, they've always felt nice off the face. Is that still the case? Still
Yeah,
feel
they
good?
always. I think for a number of years, these have always felt really good. Nice soft heads, which is always like the key about any blade. They feel nice and soft. But
Yeah, good.
No, I like that.
Right, James.
Perfect.
Let's swap us over. Let's get ZXi7. A little bit of help in there.
So a little bit more life. ZXi7.
Just initially behind the ball, does it look similar? Is there much in the two of them?
So you can really see straight off the top. That top line does look a little bit thicker, but from a player's point of view, looking down, this looks a bit more inviting.
Yeah.
And it looks easy to hit already. There we go, back in. Bit high, but
That's nice.
yeah, it's good.
Similar feel off the face?
Softer. This is definitely softer now.
Right, okay.
So
I think that's one of the things this year, James, isn't it? What's the story with the new ZX7 versus the old one?
So there's a new forging process. The head is 14% softer, which is going to make a big difference. If Scott can feel it straight away, very much yes. There's a bit more mass directly behind the muscle of the golf club at the same time.
You can feel it. You can feel the change in the head construction. You can feel the softness of that head now. Compared to before, it felt, somebody who likes feel, the older heads, they almost felt a bit hard.
Okay.
This now feels, almost like that Japanese buttery soft, how it should feel when you hit the middle of that bat. It's feeling, this feels soft.
Like that last shot there didn't sound like it was as good a hit as the previous one, but you've still carried it 167 on a good flight. You got away with it.
That was good. I like that.
You've been playing a bit more golf this past year as well, Scott. Whereabouts do you tend to play?
I play Dunbar and Archfield. So I play most of my golf between the two. But probably this last year I've played most of my golf at Archfield with the on-course foundation. So I've been playing quite a lot of golf with these guys, which have been good.
Good. When would heads start to evolve to something like that? So you said when you were younger you'd have played blades. When did that cavity back become a thing?
Cavity backs came out, way back in the 90s, early 90s, with cavity back irons. Even probably before then.
Right.
But kind of a blade-looking cavity. We had John Letter's Trilogy set. I think they were a kind of combination on blade.
What was the first cavity that stood out?
Ping.
Ping.
Everyone had Ping I2s.
Should we make it more forgiving again? Should we go ZX5, James?
Let's see what it does.
You can carry.
Make life as easy as possible. ZX5, or ZXi5, sorry.
Initially, how does it look?
Yeah, it doesn't. Slightly bigger than ZX7, but not. I think closer ZX7 than previous. We've obviously done this for. We've been doing Srixon for 8 years, I think now.
Yeah.
So you can see in the early days, the gap between the 5 and the 7 was quite wide.
Yeah.
You can see this is now quite tight. You can almost blend a set quite easily.
I think when we had 545 and 745, you played one head or the other, whereas now it feels like you could play the two of them, no bother.
The chat certainly from last year's Srixons with like ZX5 Mark II and ZX7 Mark II was the top line is the same size, so they blend really quite nicely in between each other.
I think because the shape looks so similar, especially in the early days, you had this head what kind of exploded. So you got, not jumpers, but you got a lot of distance gap between the two heads. So hopefully this year, this gap will even narrow in a bit further.
On looks alone, could you play that head?
Easy.
Yeah.
Well.
Feel of the face similar as well?
Yeah, soft. Yeah, you wouldn't actually notice. So you wouldn't actually see or feel there's been a lot of difference between the ZX5, ZX7. Say in the past, because you've had that head with springs, there's been more cavity you can see. This feels a bit more solid.
It's quick off the face, isn't it?
That's good. I like that. Because I've played the original ZX5s.
Yeah, you had that splits, didn't you? Was it 585s or 6.5s, wasn't it? 5.65s and 7.65s.
I had the original set, so I had them for a good number of years.
One of the things that's a bit different about the Srixon irons as well is the Tour V sole. How does that feel going down through the ground?
I'm not probably one for feeling how the sole will interact with the ground. I'm not somebody who takes a lot of divots. I'm quite clean through the ball, so I don't really notice the sole.
So you got away with that one. It didn't sound particularly great.
That's still
good shot. It was a good shot. It wasn't a great strike, was it?
No, it wasn't a good strike at all. But because there's enough forgiveness in there, there's enough forgiveness in that head.
Yeah, you get away with it.
So that was better.
Yeah, definitely.
But you can almost just stand and one after the other just hit away quite easily.
Point and shoot. I think even just looking at that initially, we've just got some of the irons in for testing. Spins a little bit low, but I think if we played about with it through a fitting session, we'd be able to change the shaft over and get a shaft that spun it a little bit harder for you. So you'd get the benefit of that extra forgiveness and pop, but get a shaft that can get it to do what you need it to do.
Numbers are quite good for
7.
For me.
Yeah. Right, James, we got.
Let's go into the last one, ZXi4. This one's going to be a bit of a rocket launcher for you.
Right, so the biggest head of the family, ZXi4. How is it?
Yeah, I mean, aimed at the right golfer, this will be fine.
Yeah.
For my liking, quite a long face, quite a long blade, so not something I kind of like the look of. But I'm sure when we put this in the right hands, this will do exactly what it's designed for. Let's see.
You can see the extra forgiveness off the bat there, the way you managed to get carving off to the right hand side.
I was just trying to see if I could get to the hosel. Hosels, I like a hosel.
They all feel good, don't they?
They all feel good of the hosel. It's the best strike you get. I always tell everyone the best place to hit a golf ball is between the heel and the middle of the face.
It's a good recovery.
Yeah,
does it feel similar off the face?
Yeah, I think because again we're dealing with forged heads rather than jumping from a forged head. As you go through most companies, you go forge, cast. So the consistency, you could actually use ZX4 in your long iron for if you're going to if you're going ZX5. There's many ways you could put a set together, but you keep the feel. Which is obviously the key for anyone.
Aye, I think the beauty with Srixon is that even if you are a higher handicapper player that needs a little bit more help, you don't then have to play a cast head. You can still play that forged head and get that feel without having to compromise.
When you go back to kind of my era or kind of beyond that, all clubs were forged. Nothing was really cast. They were all forged clubs. Even when you think Ping came along, they were cast. But the majority of clubs we grew up with, Ben Sayers, John Letters, You know, you could get a lot of your Japanese clubs slazzing during the day. They were all forged golf clubs. They were made what we call the correct way. Now we cast them, we bait them, and companies can produce them.
What was your first set?
Set called Blue Mink.
Blue Mink.
Blue Mink, and I still have the sand iron to this day.
What was your first set, James?
I had a set of McGregor's.
Did you?
I got them for Christmas and I absolutely loved them.
So that feels good. That feels actually, you know, really good and easy to hit.
Yeah.
It's really quite jumpy off the face, that one as well.
That's what I need.
122 ball speed.
How many?
122. Or 121.9. 1.9.
But it's easy, you can stand there and just
nurse it forward.
Swing away and the ball go forward.
One of the things that's really important for us when we're fitting irons is hitting some shots off grass. It's fantastic hitting it inside, but we've got scope. We can go outside and hit some off turf. Should we go outside and hit some balls?
Yeah, why don't we let's hit 5 and 7.
Right, Scott, we've got Srixon ZXi7 here to start off with. Let's get a couple of shots outside off the grass.
Right, let's see what it does. Oh, my back.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely.
Look at that. That was really nice.
Feels good. Kind of glides through the turf quite nicely.
160 carry, is that about right for 7?
I think we have Scott. I don't take much of a divot Gourlay outside here.
It's flush, but my divot's after the ball.
The divot pattern's nice. Lovely. And how does that feel outside off the grass?
Feels softer.
Feels softer.
Feels nice through the turf. Feels pretty soft. Like that.
A little bit different turf interaction, isn't it? Let's go ZXi5, see what this guy's all about.
Old school.
Still solid, wouldn't it?
What age does the seniors tour start?
50.
Are you there yet?
Just under 6 months. Keeping my new career. You'll never see me. Oh, I was chasing that ball.
Fair jumped off, isn't it?
It does. You can feel them more. A click outside.
Yeah. It sounds very solid, doesn't it?
It's longer outside actually. About 170 through the air with ZX5.
Seniors tour, here I come.
Very good.
Ball speed,
like
all three within a mile an hour each other.
Consistent, which is nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Which is all you really want, is something to be consistent. Especially you've got a head with jumps. It needs to be consistent, but that feels good through the turf.
And when you're outside, is there one that jumps out more at you? Did one feel better?
I still like 7.
Still like 7.
7
just a
still
little bit
feels
smaller
nice and
profile.
solid.
Yeah.
I like that.
Perfect. Let's come back inside.
You're just warming up now, eh?
I'm ready. I'm back playing.
Thank you for watching. Hopefully that was a great introduction to the Srixon iron lineup for this year for you. If you want to catch some more content, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you'd like to book a fitting, head over to the website at sggt.co.uk. Thanks.